Good morning, traders. How's everyone doing? Right, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Okay. Um, let's have a look. Right, so we're still in this range, this choppy range. We probably will be ranging throughout the summer anyway. I do see us coming back to the lower 100s, possibly 97, where we can have one more leg back up. And I am expecting slightly higher targets now. Why am I expecting higher targets? We're looking at other data outside these charts, uh, like the ETF data and also the accumulation data and also blockchain data of Wales and other institutes. We can see that every time we push down, we are accumulating. Yeah, some institutes are selling. We can see that clearly. Um, Actually, that was happening yesterday, to be honest. If I just turn that down to a 15, we can see that, yeah, we can see it very, very clearly, um, that every time price was being pushed up, we're selling at the, somebody was selling anyway, somebody was selling at the VWAP, but we can also confirm that as well. If we have a look at the order flow, we can confirm that as well. VWAP sell, VWAP sell, 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 selling there. So yeah, we were selling at, somebody was selling at the actual VWAP. Now I haven't taken any additional trades. I'm still holding the long-term short positions. Let me just have a look at something very quickly. Yeah, so we were squeezing out some late shorters. We can see that here. The market makers or institutes were actually pushing the price back up because they wanted to sell into VWAP, which is a power strategy, quite a powerful strategy, which I teach as well. So yeah, I could have shorted here, but I wasn't around yesterday. So let's have a look at new levels. Let's start marking out new levels. Let's go back to the 4 hour for a second. And we can see on a higher time frame that we did get rejection here. We did get rejection here as well. We got the PLC, which is sitting around about 105. But what else do we have there? Right, let's have a look at our naked quantum control. So we do have a naked weekly just underneath that at 104.5. So we could be making our way down here. However, there is a possibility of a of another trade that's visible right now. However, it doesn't carry high probability in my opinion. Let's mark that off actually. So we can attack these lows which are sitting here, which is weekend liquidity anyway. You'd have to have a tight stop loss. I probably will not take this trade and I'm going to target back the highs that we made the other day. So that is one option. Yeah, approximately here. You want to use a 0.4 stop loss. So we do have this trade here as well. If we break through, all good. So there's that trade there that's available as long as this is a scalp position, to be honest. But the trade that I'm really looking for is a couple of trades on long positions, which are going to be the make it upon a control trade. But you'd have to hold the stop loss. So it'd have to be a big stop loss, and I mean the risk to reward ratio isn't the greatest, but in my opinion. 1% to make 4%. Okay, it's not bad. But if we do lose 104, if we slice through this, we could look at the bottom of the range, which is approximately 103. But I'd have to have a tight stop here, a very tight stop, because if we lose that level here, we're just going to come back for the naked funnel control, which is sitting at 904, and we could bounce around here because we do have a lot of liquidity sitting here as well. Having a quick look at the liquidity chart. So local liquidity is where I did say that the weekend lows are sitting there, so we are seeing a bit of liquidity there. And then we have a lot of short liquidity above us, so there's a possibility we could come down, grab that liquidity for another push up to grab the upper liquidity. Now, one thing we must note is that we do have a couple of naked point of controls, one sitting at the 111, the other one sitting at the 110. So I would and we do have this red box which I did present last time, which is a lot of liquidity sitting there for the short positions. A lot of shorts are sitting up in there, so we could actually spike up and take out this liquidity before moving back down. We are definitely going to be moving back down, as clear as day that we are, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's quite healthy. On a longer term, not longer term, on a higher time frame, we want to look at some swing positions, and those swing positions are going to be, right, let's just clean the chart up a bit. So I am looking at a couple of long swing plays. Now, there's a possibility we may come back down. And this may not play out for another month or so, but as long as you got these levels marked up on your charts, so we may come back down to the 98 800 zone, where I'll be looking for a long swing position. But I will be actually scaling into this position with my 30-30 process, which is like go 30% in, 30% in, 33% in, 33% in, 33%. Don't go with your full position size here. Now it's very simple. If we do lose this 96 800, I think then we're going to come lower. But I would also be looking at another trade as well to counterbalance this trade, and that's approximately 97 500. Now I'm fully aware that we do have a naked funnel control below us. This is why I'm keeping this stop loss very, very tight, to be honest, because if we do, what we could do is you could actually scale into these, multi-scale into these. You could turn this into one trade. So you could go slightly, you could actually divide your position size into 5, okay, which would be a good idea to do, where you can go 20% here, 20% there, 20% there, and we know we got this issue here, 20% there, and you're in what, 60% of your position. When we see some rotation back upwards, we can add the other 40% back in. Therefore, it prevents you getting stopped out twice. Okay, so I do this all the time, and it works for me every single time. This is more of a swing play. What are the higher targets? I'm gonna say we're gonna get to about 116 first, and 116. If we break 116, 117, we're looking at about 130,000 for a Bitcoin. But will we get there in one go? No, we're not going to get there in one go. Probably, I mean, like I said, the summer's very choppy. We've seen that last year. We're getting rejection here, getting rejection there. We know we have a lot of short liquidity sitting up. There's most of the market's shorting at the moment. So we really want to be, plus this is also creating an information as well, which will just bring us back down from where we started. But we really want to find support. We really want to take out the short liquidity, then come back for the long liquidity, and then we want to find support. We want a range to form. From that range to form, although these are just ideas and never setups or signals, But we want to see a range that forms. When will that range form? Maybe in a few weeks' time. Maybe I don't know when it will form. This is why I'm a scalper. I scalp the range that we're currently in till it breaks. You know, there's a few trades here. There's a couple of short positions as well. And if you want to know more about the short positions, you can join my free Telegram. The link is in the description below, where you can join my free educational and signals group. Okay, so yeah, these are more long plays, and as I said, I will be splitting these positions up, maybe 33% each, or maybe the 20% strategy. That works very, very well. I am expecting higher prices, but so far, I mean, it's a boring range, guys. I mean, look, I mean, it's just really, really boring. You know, it's good for scalping. You can scalp these ranges, very, very good. But it's just, you know, it's not the best range, to be honest. We want to come back down. We want to test the value area low. We want to find support. We want to find buyers there, buy pressure for a continuation up. Locally, we're looking at, let's just get these off. Let's just add some more. Let's add another trade on there, which has high probability. So high probability trade. So another high probability trade would be 104. So we have this trade here as well with a very tight stop. Get the actual highs actually, the liquidity above us. So we do have some imbalances sitting around here, a naked point of control as well. So do you have some confidences there to take that trade? So that's more of a scalp play, and I'll be actually targeting new highs or previous highs. And what do we mean by previous highs? I'm on about these highs here, these liquidity that was sitting about there. So realistically, those are the trades that I'm looking at. There is possibly another trade, the obvious trade, which is going to be sitting around 100k, yeah, where we have that naked point. So let's add that to the chart, which was approximately here. Let's just move that over there, shall we? Which is sitting here. However, this trade has to be taken with caution, because we could actually reject. On this trade here. So this needs to be really taken with caution. What we want to see is the price come back into this zone here. We want to see an SFP, swing failure pattern, okay? Then we want to see acceptance back into the range, right? We want to see acceptance back into the range. Once we've got acceptance back into the range, only then you take that trade. You don't just take the trade thinking, okay, there's a naked there, a daily there, that's it, you know, I'm just going to put a limit order there. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, you could slice through. However, this trade could go two ways. It can either go back into the range and we can come back up, or it's going to get rejected. It's very simple to understand, and we'll probably get rejected maybe at 103,300 or possibly at 104, where I will be looking for a hedge short position. So this is a 50-50 chance whether we will go back up or whether we will get rejected at the value area low. Okay, this is a trade. If you're not experienced, do not take this trade. She'll get sliced up. Simple as that. Okay, so those are really your trades for your long positions. If you want to know more about the short positions and daily setups, what we're looking at, you can join the free Telegram. Links in the description. Now we do have a new sponsor on the channel, BITUNIX. That's a very good exchange. I'm going to be trying them this week. So if you do deposit, you'll get a deposit bonus. They are KYC free in US. You can use them in US and Canada. And yeah, check them out. And if you deposit whatever, you get a deposit bonus, and they're quite good on the fees. Like I said, I will be doing a separate video on the exchange and taking some trades on this exchange as well. The link is in the description below. Also, we do have obviously PHEMIX and also BITUNIX as well. They're two great exchanges as well. Okay, so that's really all I have really for you on Bitcoin. I will be doing an Ethereum update very shortly. So subscribe, like the video, comment, and check out the Ethereum update coming out very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.